Hello, hello, all you lovely people out there. Welcome to our world. Welcome to Pico Explains.
Welcome, everybody. This is the all-inspiring, beautiful, sexy Pico, as always, kung fu fighting man.
I thought he was complimenting me. You see how he was like the all wonderful Pico.
No. Come on, you're my pretty bird. You're the reason why I exist and I live. And just so you guys all know, I did win the Talk Award 2017. So
Da
just so
da
you know,
da.
and this is also brought to you by Pico Beer.
Extra skunky.
I love that skunky baby.
Skunky.
So we're doing a segment here today on Pico's Ghetto Stories.
He's got lots of them, guys.
Yeah, we got a lot of them, so just stay tuned with that. And as you know, real quick, I'll get this out of the way. You could reach us here at picoexplains with an S at gmail.com. With our platforms are YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and share, subscribe, and all that good
Comment, all the
stuff.
good stuff,
All
guys.
that good stuff, guys.
All
We
right,
appreciate it.
let's get into some ghetto-ness now.
Okay, well, this takes place when I was living in San Bernardino. This was probably the first year I had my house.
That's the El Paso of California.
Yeah.
Literally, when we went, I was like, okay, we're in El Paso. It's
Mm.
just California.
So this is California, yes. So I was a lot younger back then, and as people know, okay, and we all been through it at one point or another. Where we fall so behind. You know what I mean, on our utilities. The light, the gas, all that. All that shit's gonna get turned off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've all been through that, okay?
Especially our generations and
Yeah.
older. Yes, yes, we've been there.
Well, everybody's done it, okay? So that was my mentality, a little more immature, if you will, back then. And just so you guys know, there's only so much you can do when you're calling your electric company to extend it. You can only use, your dad as an example, him being on life support, for so long. You know what I mean?
He's still alive 2 years
He's
later.
more like, no, he's on life support. It's just like, no, you can't cut it off. I mean, use everything in the book. And of course, these operators, they've heard it all.
They've been there, done that.
And they've been there themselves. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So anyway, okay. So
Real quick though, but
yes.
California, from what he's told me,
Mhm.
the electric company there, they don't care.
No, they
If you
don't care.
just moved into a new house, they don't care. If there's a past person who had the house before, oh, it was $1,000. Guess what? You don't get
Well,
electricity until you've had it. I was like, oh hell no.
yeah, they got no patience for that shit,
Okay.
and they won't put up with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, so I was already at the point to where I fell behind on my electricity and my gas. Okay, and they were already at the process of turning them off. Okay, calling, making the extensions, all that other stuff, and I just didn't want to pay. I was just being ghetto. I was being lazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Though
I wanted to have fun. I don't want to pay my electric bill.
Pico was nasty back then. Okay. So anyway, okay, so it just so happens that that day, they turned off the light and they turned off the gas. Okay, so all right, you know, okay, we're
They
gonna have to.
both on the same day.
Yeah, both on the same day.
Oh,
They
that's
turned
messed
them off.
up. That's double evil. Okay.
So I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do? Okay, all right,
We got water.
we still got water, you know, and so anyway, I was getting. Ooh, gotta line
He's
myself up.
knocking. No, he's knocking the table, guys.
Oh, sorry about that, guys.
We're bouncing around.
We're bouncing around, and we shouldn't be doing that. Okay, let me realign myself again. Sorry, guys. I get a little excited when I'm talking about my ghetto stories. So anyway, okay, so they're both shut off. So now I'm getting hungry. Okay. So now we ain't got no light, for the little ovens or little stove or anything like that. I ain't got no gas, for my stove, anything like that. Now, mind you, guys, to me, this made sense at the time. Okay. Now that I think about it, I was a fucking idiot for doing it, what I did. So anyway, okay. So I wanted to cook one of the frozen burgers because we had to cook them because our refrigerator wasn't on anymore. Okay, so I got semi-frozen patty, and I had two steel
Skewers.
no, not skewers. The where you fry your eggs.
Oh, saucepans.
Saucepan.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess that's what you want to
Frying
call 'em.
pan. Frying pan.
Frying pan.
Okay.
Okay, and they were medium to small size. So what I did was I went out to the back and I had some charcoal. Okay, the charcoal with the briskets, for the barbecue. And
Okay.
I grabbed about a handful, and I set it down on the smaller saucepan.
Okay.
Okay, and I put it on the countertop of the kitchen with the sink. What is that? And I turned it on.
Because we have water, so we
Yeah.
gotta do
So
charcoal
that
by
was
water.
my thought process. I said, okay, if something goes wrong, I'm gonna throw it in the sink and turn on the water because we still got water.
We're only a little ghetto
Yeah.
here.
Okay. So I turned it on, lit it. Okay, and then I grabbed the other pan, and I had like a little frame that actually hovered over the smaller one with the charcoal with that perfectly. So I put the pan on top, let it heat up. Okay, and then threw the patty on top of it, and I'm all frying it, cooking it. Okay, and then I'm just after a while I started noticing that the countertop was burning, you know, because I had the raw pan right on top of it,
with
but with the
the charcoal
charcoal, yeah.
biscuits.
But the countertop had a lining of like linoleum. Okay,
Plastic.
so
Straight
plastic.
up
So I was
plastic.
burning right through it. Okay, but luckily, I cooked my patty. You know what I'm saying? So
A
that
little plastic poisoning never hurt anybody. A little
yeah,
toxic
exactly.
fumes.
It was
You don't
just
even have any fans to get rid of the toxic fumes.
that's another thing. I'm going to get to my point on
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So okay, but I cooked my patty. So I'm like sitting there looking at it, and all of a sudden, my ex-wife was all like, "What the hell's that smell? What's going on? Oh my god! Oh my god!" You know what I mean? I'm just like, "Oh shit!" So she grabs the pan and she throws it in the sink, and it's all like melty and everything like that, burned right through. So I did damage there. Okay, and then just like what Audrey said, I filled the kitchen up completely with like that
Toxic,
smoke,
deadly
toxic
fumes.
gas from the charcoal.
But I got a burger patty.
Yeah, but I got a burger patty, but I cooked it. you know. And then my ex was all like, "Why didn't you just do this outside or on the barbecue?"
You had a barbecue?
I had a barbecue. Well, yeah, I have charcoal. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I just did ghetto shit. I wasn't even thinking right. All I cared about was
That
that
burger
patty.
patty.
Yeah, that's all I cared about. So anyway, I almost burned down the damn house. Okay, I suffocated my ex-wife, and I stained the ceilings, on the kitchen because of all the smoke.
Oh.
So it wasn't one of my best times. I can tell you that right now, guys.
I would do it again.
But I'll probably do it again. I ain't gonna lie to you, because deep down inside of me, I am ghetto.
Always and forever.
Always and forever. Anyway, guys, that's my story.
I'll be doing it again on video.
And I have plenty more to give you guys. So we're ending this on this segment here. We're gonna go right now. When we get done, we're gonna make some tacos, and then we're gonna just relax the rest of the day.
Tacos.
Everybody, take care of yourself. Be good to your pets. We'll see you again.
Bye, guys.
Bye.